Tonight I'm going to be doing a wild camp. Tonight for once I'm going to try and go ultralight. Now normally I've got a big Osprey Farpoint Trek 75 rucksack on my back, stuffed to the hilt with stuff. But in the interest of keeping my pack size and weight down, this size, I've binned the Rab sleeping bag for tonight, and I'm going to be using a One Tigress down quilt. Even more of a test tonight. I've left the tent behind as well, so I'm going to go tarp camping tonight. So my sleep system basically comprises of a inflatable pad, OEX Pro bivy bag, and very small silk liner as well, just to get inside. Let's get camp set up. See you in a bit. So shelter for tonight is a Kilinko Hammocks tarp. It's the cheapest one I could find on Amazon, basically. I wanted to see if you need to spend the money on it. I've used it a couple of times. Seems okay. Gets a little bit stretched out when the condensation and moisture gets to it, but other than that, it seems fine. And also, cheating slightly, I've got a fabric, apparently waterproof ground sheet to go down first. So we'll see how we get on these. Pegs. So let's see if I can remember how to set a tarp up. Now, just for the record, my videos are here for purely your entertainment. If you're relying on my advice for survival, you'd probably die. So please don't do it. Just take these videos for what they are, a bit of fun. Yeah, I fucked up there. I'll come back to you. So this has got to be one of the worst tarp setups I've ever done, but here it is. It's functional, sort of. And inside we've got plenty of space. Enough height, enough space. No rain forecast tonight, so I'm not too worried if it lasts the night, to be honest. Now, it's probably been 2 years since I last did a tarp camp, and I can't remember any of the configurations for setting it up. So this will have to do for tonight. I can't be bothered to Google or YouTube correct tarp setups, but it'll do. It'll do. So I'm going to get my sleep system in here in a second, and I'll go through the kit in a bit. So in my bag of goodies, I've got my tech bag, which my Insta360, which I'm using now, lives in. GoPro 10 Hero Black, backup battery, spare batteries for the GoPro, and a ultralight Nightcore NU25 UL head torch. Oh, and also a bit of a luxury, I've got one of these flex tail mini inflators for my airbed. So I've got the OEX Pro bivy bag. Hopefully that'll work tonight. Keep me warm. I had the pegs for the tarp in here. I've also got a OEX silk sleeping bag liner, again, just another layer, should I need it later on. My sleep system, Thermarest New Air x-therm. Now, I think this is possibly the previous generation. I think the newer ones are quieter, warmer, but I've been using this for about 3 years now, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So this is the quilt. As you can see, small, compact, neat. It doesn't weigh too much either. It's about 2 meters by 1.2 meters, I think. Back to the size. 2 meters by 1.4 meters, sorry. The outer shell is polyester, as is the inside, and it's 100% duck down, 600 fill power. So the actual weight of this is, I think, about 600, maybe 700 grams. It weighs next to nothing. Really nice, light bit of kit. We'll open it up later on. What else we got? So my cook system for tonight, I've got the Soto thermostat system, which is all in there with a cheap Amazon gas burner, gas bottle, little micro tongs come with it. Again, I'll show you it later on. Food tonight, I have got a couple of MRE style meals. I don't know what they are. I know what the pudding is. That's a raspberry waffle, some sort of cookie. Brought some pre-cooked microwave rice just in case I get really hungry later on. It's unlikely, just in case. And then some goodies. So the total weight of all this kit you see, including the tarp, the trekking poles, sleep system, cook system, all the tech, cameras, batteries, weighs a fraction over 8 kilos. That's including the bag as well. The bag is a Montane Trailblazer 30, so I'm assuming it's a 30-litre bag by the name. It's an okay rucksack, okay for light stuff. You start to stuff it too tight and the back really starts to dig into you, but good storage pockets on the front, which is quite unusual on current day rucksacks. I miss them on my Osprey, to be honest. But yeah, not a bad little rucksack. Not the best, but it'll do for me. So I'm going to get my sleep system set up in a second. I think before that, I might actually have some food. So stay with me. I'll come back shortly. So, like I mentioned, it's the Soto thermostat cook system tonight. Great little system. Little 200 gram, is it? 200 gram canister. Thermal jacket for your big pot. Inside your big pot with a lid comes 2 smaller pots. And in tonight's case, we've got cheapy Amazon gas stove, the micro tongs that come with the Soto set, and of course a lighter to light it. So let's get cooking. Now for these boil in the bag MRE meals, which is a beef burrito styled filling with rice, spiced minced beef with black turtle beans. Okay, never eaten turtle before. What I tend to do is simply put the bag in the pot, bit of water, not too much. Find somewhere level to put your fucking stove, will be useful. This ain't gonna work, is it? Now, because the grass here is so long, I'm struggling to find somewhere stable to put the burner on. I say I'm struggling, I can't be arsed basically. I've got this with me, so I'm gonna use it. Cheating, I know, but you get the idea. Now, this stove isn't very windproof. It's cheap as shit. It's off Amazon, and I can't even pronounce the manufacturer. I don't speak that particular language. So in about 5 to 10 minutes, this should be ready to eat. I'll see you then. So whilst that's boiling, so yeah, I've made a couple of sacrifices, if you like, tonight for the lightweight or ultralight, whatever category it falls into. Normally got my Trangia cooking stove set, which isn't particularly heavy, but it's quite bulky. I'd normally bring a AeroPress travel coffee press with obviously the tubs for the coffee, the whitener, honey, etc. Now this bit of kit here does it all for you. Now I've got my cooking pot there. I've got a twin wall cup here. What I tend to do is put the coffee and mix in here, water in here, boil it, shove it in there. I've now got a thermal cup. I'm not going to burn my hands. keeps it a bit warmer, and you've also got a lid as well. So all that cook set fits inside this with the canister set on top. So bit of a compromise, but perfectly adequate. Good bit of kit. What else have I compromised on? Sleeping bag, obviously, that's the main one. Like I said before, I'm a really cold sleeper. I'm a heavy sleeper too. When I sleep, I just die. And yeah, I need to be kept warm. So it'd be interesting to see how well this does tonight. Looking forward to it, but a little bit skeptical. Now, full disclosure, I have cheated a little bit because behind the camera is my car. If I do get too cold, I can fuck off home. But I won't, because I'm a man. All man. Honest. Right, that bag feels like it's ready to eat. Let's give it a try. Yep, that's hot. Really hot. So I know how clumsy I am. I'm going to take that off before I knock it off. So this is actually a proper army issue MRE. A friend of mine, Stephen, he gave me the full set, which I've been slowly working through. And so far, they've been really good. Well, looks like dog food. It's pretty good. Not really a chilly person, but no, it's good. So tonight is a bit of a dual purpose night. I'm not just here to camp. If I was, I wouldn't have brought the car, honestly. I do a bit of pest control for some local farmers, and you can probably just about see my rifle sat behind me. So, doing a night shoot tonight. I'm waking up just as the sun rises, which is about 10 to 5. I'll be up first light to carry on with the pest control. We'll see what that brings. So this isn't a hunting video, so I won't mention it again, promise. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off while I eat this, so you don't have to watch me. But I'll catch you in a minute. So, right, let's get this set up. By the way, I'm using the Insta360 X3. Now, it's the first time I've used it for one of my videos. I've used it for holidays and stuff for the family, which has been really good. How it's going to cope with these funny lighting, I don't know. So I apologise in advance if you can't see bugger all. So we'll time this to see roughly how long it takes to inflate a Thermarest Neo Air x-therm. So that's going to be very boring for you to watch, so I'm going to shut you off for now, and I'll see you in a minute. Now, I'm never quite sure how stiff or how inflated these should be, but that feels pretty good to me. And it's fallen off anyway. So that's took just over 2 minutes to inflate, if you're interested. So the main reason for this video is for the one tigress sleeping thing, quilt, duvet, whatever you want to call it. It's a nice little stuff sack, 3 compression straps to pin it down. Now, when you first take it out, because it has been compressed so much, it looks tiny, it looks really thin. But it does puff up a little bit once a chance. So what you can do with it, like I mentioned earlier, is do these poppers up here. So when you're sat around the campfire or just sat outside, it basically works like a poncho. like a poncho. So we'll leave that to loft up and do its thing. Ready for tonight. So it's 4 minutes to midnight. Got some noodles, got myself an MRE hot chocolate, all made in the Soto thermostat. So I'm going to have this, watch a bit of TV and bed, and then we'll see how good the one Tigress duvet is. Outside it's just got down to about 8 degrees, so it's still quite warm at the moment, nothing too cold. And for once it's quite a dry evening, not too much moisture in the air, so yeah, should be quite comfortable tonight. We'll see how we get on, but yep, I'll see you in the morning. Morning. So the one Tigress, how did it do? Well, winds last night, probably about 10-15 mile an hour winds throughout the night, and it dropped to, and still is, about 6 degrees at the moment. Did really well, very impressed. Considering this tarp's wide open and there's a lot of air movement in here. Didn't use a sleeping bag liner, didn't use the bivy bag. Yeah, and I was pretty comfortable, to be honest. As I said before, I am quite a cold sleeper, and I do love the big, thick down sleeping bags, but this did amazingly well. One thing I learnt last night is the outer shell, which is the one with the orange tabs in the corner, is actually a windproof shell. The inside isn't windproof, so it allows the warmth in and to trap it in, and then obviously on the windproof side stops the warm air from getting knocked out of it. So yeah, if you use one of these, just make sure you get the right way around to help keep yourself warmer. But yeah, no, really impressed. For 70 quid for a down, warm, lightweight duvet, yeah, worth every penny in my opinion. Now, I'm going to start packing down in a bit. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it was of some use to you guys. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.